You see it?
I see it.
The party turns deadly, causing the police to arrive. Ramsey and Garrett encounter something strange in the woods, and the pack visits a former firefighter, Malcolm, to get answers about the wildfire. Hello, entertainment enthusiasts. This is Ray, and this is the Fandom Realm, and today I am reviewing episode number 6 of Wolfpack. As always, spoilers abound, so just be aware. Now, I've got to say, this is another excellent episode of this show. Lots going on that I want to share with everybody. I am just going to say real quickly, I'm not really changing the format, but I'm probably going to talk a little more throughout the video than I've been trying to, just because this is going to be a long video. I have lots of clips to show. And with that, just to summarize what happened last time, last week we actually had a party and the werewolf has shown up and basically crashed the party, and everybody's inside waiting to see what happens. That's where we left off. And so with that, let's get started on episode number 6. So as we get started here, of course, the last episode, the werewolf made his appearance at the party and basically made everyone retreat inside. So we're going to open with the house here.
There's nothing in the pool. It's not in the pool anymore.
And apparently it's gotten out of the pool.
The wall. Look at the stone wall on the hot tub.
Austin can apparently see the wolf. Oh, there it is. That gives you a little bit of a chill going up that spawn.
No. It's just a possum, okay? Stop trying to scare the shit out of everyone. It had dirt.
A possum. And I love Austin's reaction. And we have another appearance of our blonde guy who is about their age.
I can't remember my name.
And of course he can't remember his name, and of course Everett thinks that just means he's high or something.
I think I'm still feeling the shrooms. Probably shouldn't drive.
We took an Uber.
So they called him the drug guy, and I thought for a second he was gonna go out that door.
Waited 10 minutes for that guard to come back. Still couldn't find the key.
Don't worry, we can go back later.
Well, I think Ramsey is not being quite honest with everyone here today.
Stop it. You're scaring everyone, asshole.
So Austin's basically going off here, and he has good reason
Whatever's
to.
out there, it's the same thing we saw on the freeway during the fire.
So I actually thought we were going to get a little more information here from Everett, but he sort of chickens out. This whole early scene I thought was extremely good. The only thing I didn't like is they just sort of threw the Ramsey clip into this early situation. I like the tension-filled air here in this opening episode. Basically, we're in the cold open here, and just everybody's reactions. And there's a lot to sort through here. And with that, the big thing, though, is the blonde kid and how important he is going to be. We have seen him, and I've pointed him out before. Boy, it just makes you wonder exactly what she's supposed to be. I'm not really sure.
Austin saw it first. He tried to warn me.
So they think they're going to get some truth here.
My nurse and a doctor, it's killing people every night.
Say it.
Love Austin.
It was a bear. A black bear.
Boy, the raise in tension, and then he says bear. I was disappointed.
What happened to the other guy?
Who?
The blonde-haired kid, the really quiet one. Where'd he go?
I'll go out and find him. Anyone want to facilitate me?
God, all I was thinking is, what are you thinking?
Bear. If you get killed, how are we supposed to go on a date?
The way he delivers that line, I just absolutely love. And so, of course, we don't know what's going on with the blonde kid. No one else saw him except for Everett. And now we're getting ready to head outside.
Why do you hate me so much? I don't hate you.
New scene here.
Not to you. You can even tell me why.
Going to figure out here what happened to Blake and why she doesn't have a phone.
My dad came to me with my mom's phone and asked me to unlock it. But he knew I was lying. So I unlock it.
Your mom was cheating on him?
Boy, that's a lot to put on a kid. I'm telling you, Dad, come on.
Until she starts crying and tells him everything.
What happened?
Complete shit. All because of a fucking phone.
So I was really glad for this scene. We've been wondering what happened with Blake, that she doesn't want a phone. And now we find out it was basically a domestic disturbance that caused her family to break up.
Requirement of the job.
What about the one at your back?
And so Ramsey, all knowing, I wonder how she knew about that gun that he carried back there.
We're looking for Cyrus next. Why?
So finally, the police show up. It took them long enough.
It's here.
What?
It's on the grounds, outside the backyard.
Everett does a very good job of that line. And I liked what they were doing here with the cops showing up and looking for Cyrus, and then Everett telling Garrett that the wolf is there. And then Garrett, I guess, thinks he's going to use his hearing to help.
One thing first.
I mean, come on.
All right. We can go back.
You had to know that was going to happen eventually.
One sec.
And so, there they are.
Who cares? They're not going to accept me as part of your pack.
Or what?
And that was a little suspicious when it came out, but it was sort of misspeak.
Our pack.
Yeah, I think they kind of see me as a threat.
Because they think you're the arson dude.
Cyrus, get back.
Okay, here we go.
What the fuck is that?
Don't move.
Here she is.
You see it?
I see.
Wow, when that gun clicked and it came over his shoulder. I was just like, wow. And just the way she walked up, large and in charge. So, of course, they're going to tell Harlan that the police are there for Cyrus. And then we're going back to Ramsey.
I'm not here to hurt you. Not if I don't have to.
She seems to know the wolf.
I know you can hear me. I don't know how much you can understand. I'm not afraid of you.
This is very interesting.
But if you come at me, don't think I won't defend myself.
Strategy right now. The way she's talking to the wolf.
I can help you. You don't have to stay like this.
And it makes you think what happened to this wolf.
I can help you control this. Let me.
And again, is she a wolf being able to control what she is?
Help.
So he asks for help.
Wait, stay back!
And then the police show up. Yes, love werewolves. Gotta love them. So what did you see, Garrett?
I think I winged it. Winged what?
California black bear. It was dark. I couldn't.
What is with the stupid black bear explanation? Come on, people.
Where's Harlan?
So Harlan has left.
The night's not over.
Now, the big thing here that I'm just going to mention is this whole idea with Ramsey and what's sort of going on with her, because some of those shots and the way she said no when the police were coming up, when she thought she was going to be able to help, and when she said she was just firing to scare it, not to wound it, basically, when Garrett said that he thought he winged it. That makes you think she is involved with that pack somehow, but we'll have to see.
What about Luna?
She'll know. Why is your phone set to no caller ID?
That was a big thing in the last episode.
You gotta tell me right now. Why did you block your number?
Because his number was blocked as well.
Calls from a blocked number.
You blocked your number because you were getting calls from a blocked number.
But I don't understand why he would be getting harassed.
It was some guy asking about my father. No, I told him I know how my dad died. He burned to death in a wildfire.
So apparently there's a lot of suspicion surrounding that first wildfire.
All I've got is a lighter. That's it. I'm not an arsonist.
Well, some of them think you are.
Say that again?
I'm not an arsonist.
Okay, big scene right there. More trust between Harlan, or with Harlan, and Harlan using his power. I think that's one thing that I've missed in Wolfpack so far, and I'm glad they're letting the wolves use their powers a little bit more. Harlan trying to trust him more by hearing his heartbeat to see if he might be lying to him when he's telling him that he isn't the arson.
Got a minute?
Now, I got to be honest. I don't understand this entire scene.
You okay, Dad? I was gonna ask you the same thing.
It's a little creepy.
Still count your pills.
And it's a little suspicious, just to be honest.
Maybe I don't need him anymore.
Of course, he's changing, and they say that.
I keep taking it. Everything's fine.
But what is wrong with his dad?
Well, you remember what happens.
It would be nice to know, let us know what happens.
To keep taking your medication, Everett.
Just very interesting. Everett really realizing he's changing. And of course, I think the dad has always been more supportive of Everett than the mom has. She is very direct. But that whole conversation, like I said, just is a little suspicious. I don't know. What is the dad up to? Everett realizing he wants to go see Blake. I mean, this has been coming for a while, too. A nice moment between Cyrus and Harlan, and a very innocent moment between the two. And, of course, going back, this is one of those things with this Wolfpack show that bothers me a little. It's this flashing back and forth when they don't really need to. It's my only complaint, really, about the series so far. So, she's back out in the pool. Why would you ever go back out into that pool? Chill bumps, chill bumps. Girl, come on. Feel bad for Austin here, watching her be pulled across the roof. And why was he pulling her across the roof? Was that sort of a threat to say, hey, Austin, I'm killing all these people and you are next, buddy? But with that, freaking Austin out, I would be too.
Kids all right?
Luna's asleep. Asking.
Last time I saw him, he was with Cyrus.
So she totally lied. She didn't know where he was.
Did you get a good look at it?
Not really.
And he definitely wasn't drunk.
Of course it is. It's a wild animal.
Like every other animal in those woods. We can hunt it. And we can kill it.
We do know these silver bullets work, though. Conversation here between all of them. You know, it's one of these things. Ramsey knows sort of what's going on. I think that's pretty obvious, or at least part of what's going on. Maybe not exactly who set the fire, but she knows a lot of background. And so also...
He found the bodies, and you know what happens when they don't find the bodies? Conspiracy.
You know, she's not really going to push things right now.
To the fire.
There's this one guy, Malcolm. He was in the hotshot crew with the rest.
Okay, we're getting a new character here.
He said that the fire didn't kill my dad and the rest of the hotshot crew.
So back to Cyrus, you know, he has basically said he was getting some calls, and it turns out one of the members of the crew did not die.
And Cyrus Nix. A lot of missing kids.
Mine is not missing.
I have no doubt that Mr. Briggs will do everything in his power to help us find Cyrus Nix.
I really cannot stand that officer.
I knew we were going to be friends. Good friends.
Can't stand him at all. And the sooner he gets eaten, the better off we're all going to be. So we're going to go now and talk to that Malcolm guy, who is someone we all know.
Remember telling his kid.
Of course, that's Gideon Emery, who played Deucalion on Teen Wolf.
That a wolf camp hotshot group?
Nope.
Of course, he's trying to just put him off.
Werewolf.
And then Luna says the magic word.
Silver bullets had an effect. It only lasted for a moment, but something that changes everything.
So Garrett knows what's going on now, or at least with the wolf.
We tried to get it under control, but it was moving too fast. Werewolf. Largest one I've ever seen.
So I'm not going to say a lot here. This is him detailing the story
The only way out was behind that wolf.
of what had happened. So I'm just going to let these scenes run, basically.
Must have taken 40 to 60 rounds. It went down and just kept getting back up. Out of the way, we saw the thing was still breathing. Watched the flames take over.
So the fire is really big.
That's when it changed.
Fire changed it.
Transformed it.
So we're getting some new history background on werewolves here.
The wolf started to stand up on its hind legs, which all of us.
Fire turned the wolf into
A werewolf.
So can they turn into a werewolf without fire?
That wasn't the only wolf we saw in the woods.
Did you start the fires?
No.
But there are some people who don't. You're gonna have to convince them.
Once again, interrupting a bigger scene with smaller scenes that could have been put in later.
the wolf was protecting its pack.
No cubs. But we saw them mate. I only heard it.
Okay, so there's a mate that's apparently still alive. And there was a pack. So this is really, I mean, if anybody out there doesn't think Michelle Gellar Ramsey is maybe the mate turned to human, and her son is the blonde kid, and the one that she lost and was talking about. Boy, if that's not what's going on, they're missing a good chance.
Garrett found you in that same fire 17 years ago.
Yeah, we know.
He probably knows what fire does to a werewolf.
That it turns the wolf into a monster.
All right, now they're going to talk it through like a good bunch of students and figure out what's going on.
He set the fire. Not just to draw the wolf out of the woods, but to change it.
Into the werewolf that bit us.
But they had to be wolves first.
The light's on.
All right, so Harlan realizes something's going on.
Where is he?
And you knew this wasn't going to be good.
Where who got a chance to explain his side of the story.
Oh, I got to say, I quite enjoyed that. He deserved it. I will tell you, I love their first transformations here. I actually meant to get a little more of Harlan in there, but...
Harlan, remember yourself.
Testy little situation there.
There's an old myth. Call a werewolf by its given name, and you might remember who it is.
So I guess we're getting some more history there.
You're my son.
I'm sorry.
Seems like he's read a lot of werewolf myths to find this out.
The wolf you saw in the woods as a boy. It's not your father.
Uh-oh. You knew they were saving that for the end.
Blonde hair. Pale skin.
Now we figure the rest of this part of the story.
His name is Baron.
Not your father.
But he's part of the pack.
Her brother.
Yeah, Luna, there you go. So that's very interesting. Again, I'm enjoying the idea here of what they're trying to do. You know, his name is Baron. I wonder what her son's name was, what Kristen Ramsey's son's name was. I don't think she said when she was talking to Garrett up on top of that building. I don't remember that right off. Okay, so very testy situation there as well, as Harlan and the whole pack turned, and Garrett is able to calm him down by using some knowledge he had that if a werewolf remembers his name, it could help change him back. And it did work with Harlan. Of course, all four of the kids are innocent kids. They're good kids. And, you know, I thought this was very interesting where he said that you are my son. And we don't get to hear, especially Harlan, call him dad much. All right. With that, I know we've been here for a while, so only just a couple of thoughts here, and then we'll end with the grade and get out of here. I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was probably the number 2 episode. Jeff Davis's storytelling gets better as it goes. It starts out a little slow, and it gets better. And I'm expecting the 7th and 8th episodes to be really good. Only one thing that I dislike, and it's been throughout all these episodes, is the fact that he will cut a big important scene up with some small tidbit that I don't really think is that important that could have gone with a scene later on. And so that's my only real negative for all of this. I love how the entire team has come together, our 4 werewolves. I love their relationships with each other. I just sort of love everything they're doing with them. Also, Ramsey, I love the fact that, you know, she is being such a major role. Early on, you sort of thought, why are they bringing Sarah Michelle Gellar into this and this type of role? It didn't seem like it was that important. But of course, it turns out it's going to be a very important role. And I think she is doing very good in it. I really loved when she stood up against the werewolf there. and was questioning him. So I am so excited to see where this goes in the future. And then just one last little thing. I really thought the actor that was playing Austin really nailed it in this episode. I really enjoyed his performance. I've actually come to like him a little bit, which probably means he's going to get killed. But from that first episode, he was such a jerk to now, I really do like him a little bit more. And the only big question I have is, where does everything come with Cyrus and what's going on with him? Why is he even a thing in this? So we'll be interested to see that. And then finally, of course, Gideon Emery coming in to play Malcolm. And his was an extremely important part of this story, basically recounting the fire and how the team were apparently killed. Now, were they actually killed? That's another big question. Or did they maybe turn into werewolves? Maybe we'll see. But with that, great episode. I'm going to give it an A-. And with that, I hope everyone enjoyed. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment below. And I'll see you next time on the Fandom Realm.